I feel like every single day I get more and more emails coming into my inbox, and I have less and less time to actually get to all of them. I'm going to go on record here today, and I'm going to tell you that I believe that email is officially dead. Look at your watch, call the time of death, because email is no longer an effective way to get your message across to your clients or prospects. Maybe there's some format inside of email that will cause people to engage it more readily, right? There's some bold topic, or there's some way that you can, state, some words in the subject title that are going to make you engage in it higher. But I'm seeing it less and less, because, putting in sale or putting in free or putting in, some urgent, like that kind of stuff, again, now that's become so overused that it no longer has the effect. It's kind of like screaming, the boy who cried wolf. It stops having the potency or the effectiveness after it's been abused, after it's been used over and over and over and over again. And kudos to all the salespeople that succeeded, right? I mean, none of this happens unless there are people that are effective. So the early entrants into email marketing and into leveraging email have made millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars. The problem is it's dead, right? It's jumped the shark, so to speak. It's gotten to that place where now it's part of this mass campaign. And so but semantics is closely followed by conviction. And unfortunately, emails really have a hard time conveying emotion. And you could say, sure, the written word is powerful, right? It's evocative. It has this great intellectual power to deliver persuasive messages. But this isn't a novel. Unfortunately, we don't engage in it the same way we do a Harlequin novel, right? We don't like anxiously turn the pages of an email and wait for the next, for the hero or the heroine to win us over on this journey, on this once upon a time and this happily ever after journey. Even though the message inside the email may end up with a happily ever after, we never get to that part, right? We barely get part there once upon a time, and because again, abundance. And so after the semantics and conviction, the next thing is credibility. And I think certainly if somebody makes an introduction on email, there's power to that, right? So if I introduce you to somebody else using email as a tool, that can definitely certainly help get past some of the auto delete. But the brevity is key, right? The smaller and more concise it is, and it's usually something like, hey, meet my friend Adam, right? Hey, I want to connect the two of you guys by way of email. You should talk. That is probably the most effective way to use email in today's environment. After that, and by the way, it's usually followed by a phone call. After that, the next thing is frequency. The number of times you touch somebody, the more effective the more likely it is that you're going to get past the aversions to being sold. And the problem is that when you send an email, it doesn't leave a lasting impression. Like, people don't remember you because of an email that they deleted. In fact, it's basically disregarded. No more than a voice message from a salesperson on a if they don't know who you are. When you leave a voicemail, it's basically saying, I'm a salesperson. When I call, don't call me again. The first time you call, you should never leave a voice message. I think the same thing holds true in an email, right? I mean, you don't gain any traction. You're not building rapport. Now, once I have a relationship with you, right? Once I've actually already had a face-to-face interaction or we've built a connection, now those emails actually can become a powerful addition to the process. And I think that you can send an email, just like statistics show that you can approach someone up to 3 times using each medium without it becoming, without them needing to get a restraining order. Beyond that, you're a stalker. But now you can layer emails on top of phone calls and on top of face-to-face interactions to create a more consistent cadence of interactions. But the last one is differentiation, and I think differentiation is really probably the most underrated, you know, I guess, strategy. It's the most underrated strategy to get past the reflexive no. So how do I approach you differently than everybody else? And in my opinion, what's old is new again. The number of salespeople that show up coming through my front door in today's market environment is pretty low. The number of salespeople that telemarket me, that call me, is pretty low. And so I think that as salespeople today, a return to yesteryear before email was the driving force, I think is a wise decision in today's environment.